time. Put me in, coach. Today we are talking about Cam Reddish because he was traded to the New York Knicks. So I'm interested to know, do you guys agree with me when I say that this is a good trade for the Knicks? Because I have 5 reasons explaining why, but this is a horrible decision for the Hawks because number one, wait, before we get into that, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video like an assist, because here we're talking basketball. You're going to get commentary, highlights, and most importantly, we're going to cover the biggest stories in the world of basketball. So without further ado, let's get right to the video. Number 1. Kevin Knox misses a lot of games. This is his 4th year, and since he's been in the league, he's missed more and more and more games. His minutes have come down. He's not really on the floor, so he's not a guy that you can count on. So this is the first reason why this is a terrible trade for the Hawks. The Hawks actually needed a guy like Cam Reddish because they needed a D&3 guy. Now Knox, if he can play, a guy who is pretty versatile, playing the small forward and the power forward position, being able to catch and shoot, which Trae Young could most definitely use. But is he really going to play over DeAndre Hunter or John Collins? I don't really see that. I don't think he makes them better because he's not going to be available to play in games. And Trae Young is a guy who needs help. They're currently sitting, at the making of this video, they're currently sitting in the 12th position in the Eastern Conference. So they're way at the bottom. Number 2, Cam is a D&3 guy. The Knicks actually needed a D&3 guy on the wing to go with RJ Barrett and Eric Fournier. Now, Alec Burks, I'm going to be seeing Alec Burks and Derrick Rose. I'm going to be interested to see what the Knicks are going to do with them, because you got to, since you've traded for a guy like Cam Reddish, you got to figure out how to get him in the lineup, because he is one of those guys who has the potential to be an all-star. Cam Reddish is a guy that you can actually depend on. He's playing in the majority of the games, and his shooting percentage is going up. When he first got to the league, he shot 32% from the 3, and then it went down to a 26. This current season, he's shooting 38% from the 3-point line. But what's really interesting to note here is Tom Thibodeau, the coach of the New York Knicks, is a guy who loves guys who can play defense, and Cam Reddish is going to do that. So he's going to make his mark there, and he'll be able to knock down threes, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do at the point guard spot. It looks like Emmanuel Quickley should be starting there. Number 3, when it comes to the Knicks, they're looking for youth, and they're looking for guys who can play defense. Tom Thibodeau is a defensive-minded coach. So this is the type of player who would fit Tom Thibodeau's style. And he's young, which means he has some time before he gets ran into the ground, right? Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, Jimmy Butler. Those guys played a lot of minutes. So many minutes that I can understand why those guys were tired and or experienced injuries. Compare Cam Reddish to Kevin Knox, right? Because that was the main trade. Cam Reddish is much better than Kevin Knox. He can catch and shoot. He plays defense. He's there, which means you can rely on him to play in games, not just being on the roster, not just collecting a check. What I did look at was the highlights and the stats to see which guy is actually better. And what I seen from Cam Reddish was amazing. The guy creates his own shot. He can catch and shoot. He finishes around the basket. Now, he does struggle at times with getting his shot off around the basket, and because he does rely on his jump shooting ability, he does take some bad shots and he misses badly, but his percentages are higher. I'm going to say they won because Cam Reddish is the better player, and Kevin Knox is the guy that's not actually playing. Number 5, the Knicks have room for a guy like Cam Reddish because, I mean, let's be honest, they're not doing as good as they would like to, and they needed a guy to come in and play defense. But I'll tell you, their biggest problem is actually the point guard position, because who is playing the point guard? Is it Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickley? Is it Alec Burks? Who is it, and what are they doing? What we're all really interested in is seeing where Ben Simmons is going to be traded to, and or if he's even going to be traded at all. That's what we're really waiting on. I'm interested to know, do you guys agree or disagree? Comment under this video below. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.